guys, welcome back to our podcast. I'm your host Bianca.
I'm Andy.
I'm Naj.
Today we're talking about the biggest sale, I'd say biggest sale of the year.
Yep, it
Black
is.
I'd agree.
Friday. So it's coming up in the next few months. And as an agency where we work with a lot of e-commerce brands, we know that it's a big time of the year. Lots of prep, lots of things in place that we have to prepare for. So let's dive into it, I guess. What are we doing? What do we think of Black Friday this year? What's our predictions? What are we thinking is going to happen? Is it going to be as big as it usually is? Cost of living, those things going around. What are we thinking,
Yeah,
Naj?
I think it'll every year gets bigger and bigger, and I think there's always chatter about the cost of living, but it always goes the other way.
Yeah.
Most people are saving to make their big purchase during Black Friday.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, so a lot of people think, due to the cost of living, the economy, this and that, the Black Friday sales are going to be small, but it definitely is always the opposite. Last year, there was $9 billion spent on Black Friday in Australia.
Wow.
Which is huge.
That's a huge amount of money.
And Finder did a survey just before Black Friday, and they were asking, will you be buying basically in Black Friday? And 46% of Australians said yes.
Wow.
So that's almost half the population. It wasn't just Black Friday. It was the
Like
sales
Cyber
period.
Monday and
Yeah, so Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and Boxing Day.
Oh, okay. But still, 46% of people, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Christmas shopping.
Yeah, Gen Z was the biggest factor. 65 or 68% of Gen Z were buying during those periods.
Well, I am definitely a Gen Z and I will be buying again.
Yeah.
on
No
Black
mortgages.
Friday.
No mortgages, no kids. Just
Yeah, so it's
blowing
huge.
their money.
Yeah, but we're being smarter because we're buying in the same period. You should all be
As
like
a dad
us.
and doing all the Christmas shopping in that sale period.
Well, that's what it is
You
as
should.
well. It's Christmas shopping makes up a massive part of Black Friday.
I feel like you're a bit of an idiot if you don't. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a perfect timing just before Christmas time. You'll still have a bit of money left over at Christmas because
Yeah.
the worst thing is when you get to Christmas time, you're like, oh crap, it's Christmas Eve and you got to go shopping. You got to go pop up to the shops. There's no parking. There's nothing left. Everything's full price. It's awful.
Yeah, 100%. You're 100% right. Yeah, do it at Black Friday. Get
Yep.
it cheaper, get it delivered.
100%.
Yeah. So with our retail sort of customers, like things are starting to start now. We're starting to plan for Black Friday. There's a lot of things. If you're selling, fast moving items, big brands, sort of things like that, stock is always a massive issue. So people are starting to prepare logistics. Shipping is always crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you have to start preparing. Obviously, competition in terms of advertising is also crazy. So we can speak about different ways to sort of circumvent that. But yeah, you got to start preparing early.
Yeah, I think so. I think the more prep time, we just spoke about this in another episode, but the more prep time you have, the better the results, right?
Yeah,
The more
definitely.
prepared you are, the more...
Definitely. The fool's guide of doing it is just to sort of spray some ads during Black Friday and expect success.
cross
Yeah,
your
I mean
fingers.
that's
You've
what
got
a
to
lot of
plan
sort
for
of yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Everything has to be aligned from creative, design, web, targeting, all your
Socials.
marketing,
Yep.
everything. And it can't just be the generics either because you've got time to plan for it,
Yes, it's on at the same time every single year.
Yeah.
roughly.
And people are
Roughly.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of it. A lot of people wait to make big purchases at that time of year because they know they're going to be discounted.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Well, some people make their whole entire year's pay out of that sale, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
they make the most amount of money in that actual sale period.
Definitely. Yeah. Retail is up and down, and we see that with our clients. Like
Yeah, there's
sort
on and
of
off seasons all the time
after
as well.
February, when people have spent their money,
Yeah, broke.
basically, those
Christmas? Yeah.
those
Bankrupts
months are
everyone.
very slim pickings,
Yeah,
you know,
for
so you
sure.
have to maximize the sale periods. You pretty much have sort of from, late October to sort of around that February where it's really good for most retail. If you're in the retail sector, you got to make the most out
Well,
of
it's
that.
not even 6 months. It's like 5 months of the
Yeah.
year. So you definitely have to plan and maximize that time.
Yeah, a lot of people run at a loss outside of those periods and then they smash those periods. So there's different strategies for different businesses.
Yeah. So what are some of your strategy recommendations? Like, do you think that Black Friday should just be fully just go as hard as you can?
Well, you I mean,
Go-
you,
yeah.
Just go like everything's
Bottom,
100%
everything's on
off.
sale. No.
you want to go hard, but like Andy said, you have to be prepared. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen by chance.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like stock, right? So
Yeah.
stocks, if you sell a fast moving product, or if you're a large brand, you know the stock is going to move anyway. You have to have your stock and logistics in order.
Yep.
You should be forecasting not only what you did last year, but maybe have a look at Google Trends or something and see where the popularity is sort of heading and forecast for how much stock you should keep on hand.
100%.
So you
Because
can't
if
make
you've got no stock, you can't sell anything.
You can't sell anything. Yeah.
sure.
So things like that. There's obviously massive competition during Black Friday. And again, if you're selling a product that everyone else sells, how do you stand out? How do you differentiate? So things like early access, giving value for members, letting them know early.
Yeah. Early sales are so good. I love those.
Establishing some type of club. I think Gymshark do it really well.
Yeah.
Last year they did heaps of stuff. They put out a really early things like the beginning of November. They put out a press release, an FAQ, an EDM, lots of communication on socials.
Before Black Friday?
Yeah, like a good
Which is really clever.
almost a month before it. Yeah, they're priming their customers, right?
Prime them, because
Yeah.
the worst thing is it going to go on sale? Is it not going to go on sale? Are you doing Black
So they
Friday?
told
You're
them
not
all
doing
of
Black
that.
Friday.
Yeah.
They told
Hate
them
that.
exactly what products are going to be on sale, what the discounts. It was up to 70% off, so it was
Wow.
awesome as well. What discounts are going to be available? How long is it going to last for? How long should you expect shipping to take? Like they literally
Just
went
everything
through.
that you would have.
And then they did some exclusive deals with the members. I think they shut down the site
They locked it down
at a
and
particular time.
Access for only people that had signed up early.
It's crazy.
So they did it really well,
and
right?
that could be a risk, right, as well, locking down your site to only people who have signed up. Because what if there's people who
They're gonna
aren't
sign up.
signed up? But
Yeah.
how would they know? Because the
Well,
site's shut.
you have
That's
to be
communication.
experienced. You have to have that data, right? You have to know from your previous sort of history
well, it worked
and
for
everything.
them. It worked clearly
Definitely.
very, very well.
Well,
Because
we often see people buying the day before at full price,
Oh,
yeah,
and that's where communication's not gone out. We believe they're not sure, or they're unsure if it's going to go on sale, and they're like, I just need it, so I'm going to have to buy it. So priming them early, 4 weeks early, they're going to wait. They might wait a day.
yeah. They also are more likely to not go to your competitors. So if you've got your head and heart set, okay, well, this is my big chance. I've been primed for the last 3 weeks. I'm going to buy this, and this.
yeah.
Chances are, come Black Friday, you're not going to be Googling and land on a competitor's page and buy
100%.
something else. So
Whilst
it's
if you have
actually
no idea.
really smart. Yeah.
And then another competitor goes on sale the day before you do, and you haven't let them know.
Yeah.
They're probably just gonna be like, oh, I don't want to miss the sale. I'm just gonna buy
Also,
it.
advertising costs on Black Friday, because there's so much competition, go through the roof.
Oh, really? Wow.
100%. So the cost per click on Google Ads, for example, will go through the roof. So if you can acquire sales, because you're discounting anyway, right?
Yeah.
Your margins are getting smaller.
For
So if
sure.
you can acquire sales before you have
Prior.
to spend big money to compete with everyone else selling the same product,
Yeah.
your profit margin is actually a lot higher.
Yeah. Is the reason why it's so much higher is because there's so many ads running at once?
Yeah, it's all
Right.
competition based. So the more competition, the higher the prices are.
The more you have to bid to
Yeah.
win the spots. So it's a live
Yeah.
auction.
Wow.
So it's everybody's bidding at the same time. But if you've primed your customers and done it early, or they've signed up to get early access, you know you've got this whole bunch of customers that you've just got to email to say, right, go.
Yeah.
And you're not spending any advertising on those customers, so you're making
Yeah.
more money.
You already kind of have an idea of how many people you have on, in your list ready to send all that information to.
Who doesn't want access to a sale?
Oh,
Early
that's
access.
what I'm saying. I love early access. I love when I get that, you're a VIP, click on it, and then you get early access to 40% off. I'm like, oh, so special.
Done. You got
Socks.
me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
always need socks.
That's your
So-
big ticket item?
Socks.
Black Friday
You're
socks?
crazy.
Black Friday, I don't buy anything.
What?
What?
Why are we
You're
having
like-
this discussion? Cut.
Because I'm the behind the scenes. I know all the stuff that you have to do to get ready for it. Look, there's some things I might earmark, but they might not move
So
by
when you
much.
do
so I
your
won't
Christmas
buy 'em.
shopping?
Yeah.
Throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
I plan. I
Well,
do,
he's
I,
more
I do buy
prepared than all of us,
strategically.
clearly.
Like my Christmas shopping is done by October.
You're nuts.
Who
When
wants
do
to
you-
be running around Christmas
like,
Eve?
Do you do like financial year sales? Is that probably the
Yeah,
time
end
when
of
you do it?
financial year sales. We look at all the typical sales that go on through the year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Black Friday is
Is the biggest by far.
It's the biggest by far, and it's if I'm looking for something in particular that's a fairly big ticket item,
Yeah.
I
Then
would
you'll
wait for I'd wait
Yeah.
for Black Friday.
Sure.
It doesn't tend for me. It doesn't tend to be Christmas shopping. It might be something else.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a very strategic financial decision to do it throughout the year, I feel. Because then it's in little clumps rather than just like one big clump.
Yeah, I think
I use Afterpay, so
clothing, electronics, I think is a good one. I think
Yeah.
electronics is the number 2 category just behind
Yeah.
clothing.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to buy like a TV or a laptop or something, that's going to cost a few $1,000s, Black Friday is the best
Really?
time. Sort of.
When you think
Okay.
about the big brands, the Apples, the Googles, and everything, all
Yeah.
their big releases of new products are from like now to October.
Yeah.
So none of those are going to be in Black Friday sales. They're going to stay at full prices.
The
But
model before.
the generation
Yeah.
before will. So you're going to get the model before is going to end up in a Black Friday sale.
Good stuff.
So people that need a phone that want to upgrade, they're on an iPhone 12 or
11.
10 or 11. Jeez,
Fine.
Yeah.
they're on an 11. You can get up to. You might get a really good deal on a 14.
Yeah.
Like we've got e-commerce clients that are talking about the prices they're going to go in for to shift stock because all the new stock's coming in. They need to get rid of it.
Yep.
So you'll get decent electronics at a good price.
Yeah,
But I'm one of the ones that I've got to have the latest. So it doesn't relate to me, but there are loads of things on there
For
that
sure. Will there
you
be
can
so
look
many
for.
people buying phones for Christmas? Oh my gosh, like so many
Yeah.
people.
There will
Yeah.
be. But get in early with your customers.
Yeah.
Reach out to
Yeah.
them early, let them know. Advertise signing up for a mailing list for early access. Advertise when the competition
Yeah.
isn't there.
And there's definitely no harm in doing a sale, like a Black Friday sale when no one else is doing a Black Friday
Well,
sale.
I mean, it
Surely.
sparks everybody else to start going, right, turn the ads on,
Yeah.
start selling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I remember one year for a particular client a long time ago, we actually made a mistake
Oh,
and we
no.
thought Black Friday was, I think it was a week or 2 weeks
Oh,
before.
I remember this. I remember
Before
this.
it was actually Black
Yeah.
Friday. So we went out with a Black Friday.
like,
so it
"Yay."
actually worked extremely well.
because nobody else was selling.
And you'll probably find maybe in the last sort of, 3 to 4 years that all this preparation and Black Friday deals and priming as always starts every year starts earlier. It gets early because people are catching on that, hey, this works.
Yeah.
And it starts earlier and earlier and earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be in
it's
June.
not just that. It's an
End of
Ameri-
financial year, Black Friday.
it's an American tradition,
Yeah.
and it
that's where
comes after
started.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We don't have Thanksgiving.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
So
it
it's
doesn't
not
make
it's not
sense to
really
us.
hinged on a
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
date. So it's
Yeah.
like if we want to go early, go early.
Yeah.
It's just sentiment, right? It's people's buying modes. Like they're ready to buy. Christmas is around the corner. They want to spend money. So that's
And you don't have to purchase the name of the sale either. You know how like some like Afterpay sales or
yeah.
stuff like you have to actually purchase or pay a fee or whatever to have that. So Black Friday is just
Flash
such
Frenzy
a-
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Frenzy
exactly.
and all
Click
that.
frenzy.
Click Frenzy, yeah.
So like with Black Friday, you could just pull Black Friday out of anywhere and just go, yeah, Black Friday. Like it means,
Yeah.
you know what I
Black
mean?
Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Call it whatever.
Everyone's accustomed to it now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they kind of expect it. I think one important note, like you have to have your customer service on point though.
Yeah.
Because
They're very heavy on that. I know that.
Yeah, because it can get really hectic around those times. There's a lot of demand. So
And everyone wants answers right then and there because
Yeah.
that's when they're in the buying.
yeah,
time.
so I think like a good tip for people is to have a look at different channels. I know a lot of our clients have implemented live chat really well, whether it's AI assisted or physical, people sort of talking on a live chat. That's boosted sales a lot for a few of our clients. So, I mean, you've got your traditional sort of, methods, email, social media.
Yeah. And I know you said that 24-hour customer service is something that to
In
look
some
at
cases,
too if you are able to do
yeah.
that.
If you're an e-commerce business and this is your time to sort of make it rain, 100%.
A lot of online shopping's after hours.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what I was
There's
saying.
people that don't have the 9 to 5 to be able to do it. They're not at a desk. They're not in an office. Or they're just
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
gonna go
allowed to
home
do it.
and do
They're
it.
on the way home on the train. It's after 5 p.m.
So your live chat can't click off at 5 because that's when everyone else
that's
is
when it all
going
starts
on.
picking up.
Yeah. People are home, they're ready to buy.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. So I
different.
think look, the smart marketers and the smart businesses are doing these
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I definitely think that's important. Having a good team to support in Black Friday as well. Everyone hustling and working hard and, pulling together all of the strings to get things running in Black Friday, because I know we're always very stressed. It's a very stressful time period for an agency.
there's a
Black
lot
Friday.
happening.
Christmas,
There
Black
is.
Friday, like from
Yeah.
November.
The
It's nuts.
Boxing Day is a close
Boxing Day's a
second.
big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close second to Black Friday.
And then again, it's the same with Black Friday and Boxing Day. We were talking about getting your stock in order. I mean, have a contingency plan for that. Whether if you know it's going to take you 2 weeks to get it in and then to get it delivered, let customers know.
Yep.
Like set up back
Yeah,
orders
be
and say,
transparent.
let
Yeah.
them know this will be delivered before
I think
Christmas.
people
Yeah.
don't mind if they're aware. right?
Especially if it's a Christmas purchase and you're like, this will be delivered before
And
Christmas.
it has to be accurate. I feel like the back blow of that is just
the backlash if you're telling a few porky pies on that is
and
not
saying
worth
it and
it.
it doesn't come by Christmas. Because obviously, you know, at Christmas time, Australia Post, all those, it's so up in the air about
They're
whether
overwhelmed.
or not.
No,
So overwhelmed.
look, being a former postman, I can understand. I've worked the Christmas stuff.
Oh,
I've
for
worked
sure. And they always say, like, you
24
know,
hours
this
a
is the
day.
cutoff day, but, you know, probably a few days before is probably a bit safe, you know.
always go before the cut-off date and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
they
Well,
do
we
get
always tell our
overwhelmed.
clients to make the cutoff dates really sort of lenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way
100%.
you're not getting stuck.
No, the worst thing you want is on Christmas Day, my thing didn't come, and then you've got a million bad reviews.
And then your
thing didn't
24-hour
come.
live chat is going off. If people go, where is my order?
Yeah, no one wants
It's done,
that.
my kid has
That
no
is-
present.
And, then,
Yeah.
and from the customer point of view, that sucks as well. Like, you don't want to
It does.
disappoint your customers because they're probably never going to buy from you ever again. Then you've lost someone.
Which is where the back order thing you have to be careful, where it's knowing how quickly you're going to get stock
Yeah.
back in
Yeah,
and how quickly you can ship it out to the customer.
yeah.
So
having that prep
not having
before.
any false promises, but having a backup plan of if Black Friday goes so well that you sell out of everything, and people still want it. Though if your live chat's going, people are like, oh, when's this back in stock?
Yeah.
Or you can buy it on back order, it'll be delivered in 2 weeks, 3
Yeah.
weeks.
That's
sure.
a good strategy, actually.
Yeah, it is.
It's
yeah.
always having the contingency plan for that, because $9 billion in sales, everything would have gone out. And so
100%.
much stuff would have gone out of stock.
Yeah.
And it's a case of, oh, it's out of stock. Sorry, you've just lost a customer. They're going to go to your competitor who does have it in stock.
100%.
Or you live chat them or tweet or they call or it's an email or whatever. And you're just, right, you can back order it. You'll have it within
Yeah.
X weeks.
Just that communication is really important.
Don't lie to them though.
Yeah, no.
Because like you said, you'll lose a customer going
Yeah,
forward.
and that trust as well.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No, and a lot of people do save up for the big ticket Christmas items and stuff for that time of year. So they would want it before Christmas.
100%, yeah, for sure. I know you spoke about priming customers. What is some like important tips about priming? Like what would you say, how far along should you start priming before the sale? Like what do you mean by priming?
Well, I think you should start at the beginning of November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a good solid like 29 days-ish.
So
yeah.
3 to 4
3
weeks
to
out.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start by just educating your customers, similar to what Gymshark did. Let
Yeah.
them know that, we will be participating. There's going to be a huge sale. These are the products.
Yep.
This is the times.
Yep.
This is the what you would expect. Maybe have a think about offering some type of exclusive deals for your newsletter members, or if you have some type of VIP club or something like that, where you can get access to you can lock down the site, or you can just give access to them like 48 hours before the general public can
Yep.
come
Use
in.
this code to get
Yeah,
the Black
especially
Friday
if your
discounts
stock
early.
is limited, right? Like if you have limited sort of stock, you know it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
A good thing to do would be to reward your loyal customers by
100%.
giving them the first chance
Yep,
of buying it,
I
rather
agree.
than just
First in, best dressed.
new customers. So I think stuff like that. I think also like being able to stand out, figuring out ways to stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean stand out as in like pricing or like how to advertise to them?
Pricing, advertising,
everything.
where you advertise. We're talking about priming. What about Prime Day? I saw the advertising for that for what felt like forever that Prime Day was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was TV. It was
Oh, it was
ads
all over
everywhere.
TikTok
There was
as
video
well.
all over
Yeah.
social media. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Email communication. So you couldn't look anywhere without
Yeah.
knowing it was happening.
Yeah.
Maybe go outside the box. Billboards. Do electronic outdoor or traditional outdoor.
Yeah. Think
Do-
about maybe like some campaign. I know we've done some cool campaigns for Black Friday where we use like an influencer or like a
Yeah,
celebrity
absolutely.
face or something where people have that recognition
Well, that's
already.
a great idea.
That worked really well that year. that
Yeah,
we
because
did
you're
that.
leveraging their network. You know,
Yeah.
if they have hundreds of thousands of followers or millions of followers, whatever, potentially you should get those people to come into your email database. So then you can, because for me, it's all about the cost per being really heavily in e-commerce. It's all about the cost per acquisition.
For sure.
It's not great to sell 1 million items and you're barely making a
Yes.
margin on them.
Yes.
And the ads are going to cost you a bomb. So that can work depending on what margins you sort of run on. But if you can acquire as many members as you can from all these sources, social media is a great one.
Yeah, doing competitions as well.
Definitely.
We love good
Definitely.
Black Friday competitions.
Yeah,
And having
and
a
there's
landing
other-
page to connect it
Yep.
to, get all that information. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. A lot of companies use loss leaders just to get people in the door and
Yep.
get their details, really cheap sort of product.
Okay.
And then they live for these moments.
Yeah.
Where they can, okay, well, we haven't really made much money over the last sort of 6 months, but hey, we've
acquired all these customers.
100,000 people in our database.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's looking after your own customers first, seeing how big your database is, emails, ads. Like your own customers use emails.
Yeah.
You communicate with them early. Make sure it's designed nicely.
Yep.
It reads nicely. They understand what's going on and that it's coming.
Yep.
And obviously, a few weeks out, start
Yeah.
tweaking some little, choose something a bit funky to get the attention. Maybe the ad is just completely
Yeah, I
black.
feel like don't do the same kind of things that you've done throughout the year, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
'cause-
Black Friday, switch it up a bit.
It has to
You
be
get your
next level.
generics.
It has to be next level.
Yeah, and
The
that's what
fun-
the prep is, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
prepping for this.
You prep earlier in the year. Technically, Black Friday and Christmas are out of the way. It's quite hard sometimes because you've obviously got Valentine's Day,
End of
Easter,
financial year,
Mother's
Father's
Day, end of financial year, Father's Day, my birthday. I mean, whatever you're prepping for, you should be prepping well in. You've got all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't leave it till it's October. Black Friday's next month. Let's get
Yeah. As soon as Black Friday's done, start prepping for the next Black Friday. It's like, oh, what worked this year?
Boxing
what
Day.
didn't?
Yeah,
well, Boxing
Black
Day.
Friday goes.
Get through
It's
Boxing Day.
Boxing- it's
Yeah, sorry,
Christmas
sorry.
Boxing Day. Once you've got through Boxing Day and New Year,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, right, you should have some time set aside to dedicate.
Yeah, and see
For
the data.
especially for the bigger ones, the end of financial years and the Black
Yeah.
Fridays.
Yeah.
And look at the data, look at what worked, look at what didn't work. Try something different.
Yeah.
You need to grab attention,
Yes.
especially when it's closer to the time, because at the bottom line is it's price driven. When it comes down to people just searching on Black Friday
Oh, for sure.
for Google Shopping and ads, whatever comes up,
Well, they've got all those Coopert and that honey and
Yeah.
and all those
It's all
coupon
good.
bird now.
where am I getting it cheapest? Whereas if
100%.
you're doing enough priming beforehand, they're like, oh, Gymshark's got a sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so's got a sale.
Yes.
Oh, Google are advertising this product because they've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've prepped. I reckon 3 to 4 weeks. And
That's a good time frame.
get a workflow set up in your emails. So it's regularly prepping them something different. It could just be an email saying coming soon, and you've just got everything's black,
Yeah.
and you've done it
Well, just try
in
it. See if it works.
something different. See what your open rates are like on those, then send another follow up with another one.
Yeah.
Follow up with a sequence for
What do you
people that
think
haven't
about-
signed up.
About text messages. I love text
them.
messages. I
Can't
think
stand them.
they make me buy things.
Yeah, they are good if used properly.
Yeah, they've got to be done properly.
So what's
Yeah.
properly?
Well, you got to use them sparingly, right? To
Okay.
get a text message and the same frequency to get an email,
Yeah.
I would just unsubscribe instantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark
But
it
for
as
example, the Black Friday stuff, right? You've been priming your customers over email, over social media.
Yep.
Say your sale starts at 6 a.m., you know, that Friday, whatever. That's a perfect time to send that SMS, right?
Yeah.
Shop's open.
Yeah.
Come in.
Personalize it.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah,
something
100%.
in there so they know it's not, because text message is synonymous with spam.
Yeah.
And like spamming and scamming. Personalize it. Make sure they know it's from your brand.
Yeah.
Personalize it with their name. The Gymshark sale you signed up for starts now.
Yeah.
The sale
Yeah.
your early access sale to whatever brand is on now. Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use code. Log in
Yeah.
for free stuff. Whatever it is.
But I wouldn't use SMS to hammer your customers constantly.
I love getting hammered by. I love it. I
I
must be
report
a
them
bit
all as
different.
spam.
You guys
Yeah.
are different, but
I'm
I
spam,
I'm
spam,
like,
spam,
so I
spam,
get
spam.
messages all the time like, 2-hour sale, and they're just like, for the next 2 hours, they're just like, you've got 1 hour, you got 30 minutes, you got 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh crap, I've got 10 minutes. I love it.
So there
But
you go.
that strategy clearly works for
With
me.
you, but
with
doesn't
me.
work for us.
Yeah.
So that's where looking at your
Well,
data
I barely give
comes
my
in.
mobile to anyone anyway. So like
Yeah.
not many
But you
places
can't really
would
give
have
over your
it.
mobile, or do you have a different mobile you give?
No.
Oh, I feel like most places, like when you sign up, you have to give your mobile over these days.
No, it's normally an optional field.
Oh.
Email is
Maybe I'm
required.
not looking properly.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Or
But I
you're
like
just
to text-
having the box
I don't read my
ticked.
emails because
Yeah.
my spam, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Too much spam. And I'm just like, delete. But text, it's like in my face. It says like from the person.
So there you go. There's a
But we're
a
two
massive,
very
yeah, but that-
different,
and that's a massive
like-
tidbit right there.
Yeah.
For my generation, use email. For a younger generation, try SMS and email.
Just don't call me.
See which works.
Text me.
Text me. Yeah,
Just don't ever
text
call
me.
me.
Short form. I haven't got time to open my email app.
Yeah.
Open the email, read it, just text me.
Yes.
Imagine they did call you. Hi, this is David
literally.
Jones. Just
You've got 10 minutes left of your sale. Would you like to purchase anything?
You're like,
that'd be awesome.
That would be my worst nightmare. I hate that.
Someone should do it this year.
The text message for you and I is a step too far.
Yeah.
The call for you is a step too far.
100%. Yeah.
So then again, look at it, plan. Look at your demographic.
Yeah.
Look who responds to SMSs and who doesn't.
yeah. Well, people clearly want to spend money. $9 billion was spent last year. That's a heap of money.
Yeah.
So much money. So people want to spend. I'm sure it will probably be, what, 11 billion this year or something.
It'll definitely be
I
bigger.
think
big.
it'll be bigger.
Yeah.
You reckon bigger than that?
I think it'll be bigger than that.
Always.
That's crazy.
Always.
So they talk about the market's down and interest rates are up and all this sort
But
of
that
stuff.
just makes it even bigger. Because people aren't spending during the year and they're waiting for this.
Yeah.
And that's why this sale is getting bigger. People are getting smarter. They know this sale is coming. Like that. Oh, I got all this good stuff on Black Friday. You remember that.
You do.
Yeah.
You
do
remember the brands
that.
you've bought from. You remember there's nothing worse than the click frenzies of the world when you go, all right, let's go and see what they've got. And it's like $5 off something.
Yeah, it's a dodgy
It
sale.
feels like a punch in the face.
Yeah, it feels like you've been slapped with a wet fish.
Yeah,
You're like,
literally.
Why? It's a Monty Python skit.
Literally.
Whereas Black Friday, you're getting like, no, I was just saying, 70% off something.
Oh, that's crazy.
70% is a massive number.
That's
if you
crazy.
can't do that
50
much,
is
obviously
even,
don't.
I'm like, oh, wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
You've got to be more than the 10%.
Yeah.
You have to be.
And obviously, we have to understand that not many companies can do 70% off.
Depends what their items
is
are.
It's billionaire, right? It's
Yeah,
billion-dollar
yeah.
company now,
Yeah,
Gymshark.
for sure.
So if you're not
a
able to
global
give
beast.
that,
Yeah.
make sure that you're spending the time doing all that prepping and priming of your customers, seeing what you can do for your VIP customers rather than just like the money sense, I guess, like doing 50% off. If you can't do that, then do all the other little
some brands
things.
don't discount like that. Like you think of Apple, you think of Dyson, they're never going to sell stuff at 50% off. But it's just whatever value, right? So if, for example, a product like never goes on discounts, you're only going to get 5%. Which equates to like $100.
Yeah.
If they did like $300 off, that's huge for that particular
huge.
product.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a set percentage. It's just you have to give value back to the consumer.
Yeah. Think about other ways to do it, whether you can do like free things or buy
Bundles,
one, get one free. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you could do gifts or you
bundles.
could collab with another brand and do things like that. Yeah, there's so many.
Like with all the early access stuff, you're not spending money on ads for that. So you could give them a better discount
Yeah.
For sure.
than you're giving everybody else.
That's a good point, thinking about that.
I think also for smaller businesses, there's like a few cool sort of apps for Shopify if they're running sort of Shopify stores that sort of shows like when stock is running out just to promote more sort of urgency.
Yep.
I think something like that for smaller businesses would be good to sort of help them sort of push along.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be factual, but it creates the urgency. Just like, 2 hours of the sale left, hour, 30 minutes.
It's like
You
when
get on there and the sale's still going. You're like, hang on.
It's like
They
when you
said
go
30
into a site and it says 2 left. I'm like, is there really 2
Yeah,
left?
yeah.
I
So
think
you know-
you're like.
But I'm going to
I'm
buy
gonna
it
buy
just
it
in
anyway,
case.
just in case.
You
Yeah,
get that 2 weeks later, 2 left.
Yeah, literally.
You go back to, I've never got 2 left
We
in stock.
restocked and now there's 2 left
Yeah,
again.
we restocked.
But every time you come back, there's only ever 2 left.
Yeah.
So, but it does create that sense of urgency.
It does.
100%.
There are like Shopify's a good one for that, but you've got your WooCommerces and Netto and stuff like that all have those little plugins and,
Yeah.
and things you can use to just create urgency on site for your organic and your paid customers.
Yeah.
If you're acquiring them that way, you give them something.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to give them something to get something back. So you're getting
100%.
you're getting a sale and you're getting their data, and you
They
can
want to
leverage
feel like
that
they're
later.
getting a good deal.
You do.
I feel like Black Friday is like they
You
want
gotta
to
get a good
feel like, you know what I mean? Like they're getting the best deal, that they're getting money off, or they're getting free stuff, if they're getting shipping really fast. They want to feel like it's the best deal ever.
And that's why things like I don't like using that word, but the click frenzies and Prime Days when you're like, oh, it's going to be a big sale, and you go on a Prime Day, it's 50% off, only Amazon products. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And I use none of
there's
those.
very limited stock.
Yeah.
There's 70% off, but there's like literally three
Or it's
three
like
items.
one size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've sold
Which
out
is-
of everything else.
Yeah. Which
And
is
you're
just
like,
crazy.
that's not the size I want.
It's always the iconic. I go on and it's like 50% off, and it's like just these sizes. And I'm like, you. bitch.
There you go.
I hate
Exactly.
you.
Always.
Just-
Always.
So
Be prepared.
overall tips, Prime customers
Definitely.
is like number 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prime
So
planning.
planning,
Stock.
stock.
Have your stock
Stock
in
and
order.
shipping
And logistics, definitely.
and
yeah.
logistics. I think that's super important. Just have those things in order, and I think you'll be sweet.
I think so.
Good luck.
Yeah.
See
Take
you
my
in
money.
the ring.
Take my money.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us in this episode. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
See yous.